Yo, Dog Pound, what's cracking? Hey, so today we're talking tri-tip. We got a little collaboration going on, and so today I've got some tri-tip that I got from Matador Prime Steak. So we're gonna reverse sear this tri-tip on our Weber kettle today, and then we're gonna do a real quick and easy and keto-friendly fettuccine Alfredo with some tri-tip in it, of course. So if you want to hang out with the Dawgfatha, reverse sear a little tri-tip and make us some keto-friendly fettuccine Alfredo, y'all stick around and we're going to get right to it. You with it? Let's get it. So alright gang, as we said, we're going to go ahead and reverse sear this tri-tip that I got. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our slow and sear set up. And so if you haven't used the slow and sear, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I set up my slow and sear so that I can reverse sear this tri-tip roast. Alright, so here we go. Alright guys, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I've got a cup of hot water here that I'm going to pour into my water trough of my slow and sear, and that's just going to help us get a nice and humid environment when we get this thing fired up. Plus, if you do this before you light your charcoal up, you don't have a lot of bubbling all over the place and popping when you pour the water in. So the next thing I'm going to do is grab a handful of briquettes, and I'm going to start putting some in the corner here. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my tumbleweed in. Put that guy right there, and we're going to go ahead and light that tumbleweed. And now that we got the tumbleweed going pretty good, I'm just going to lay these briquettes right over top of it here. Careful not to smother out the tumbleweed though. Okay, so just like that, we've got our charcoal going, we got the tumbleweed in there, it's lit, so we're going to go ahead and let this charcoal get good and hot, and we'll add our wood on. Today I'm probably going to use some hickory chunks, and then we'll get this tri-tip going. So I'll bring you guys back here in a minute, and we'll get this thing going, alright? Alright gang, so as we just saw, we got the slow and sear set up, we got it going. And now it's going to be time for us to get our tri-tip ready. So I'm going to do this Central Texas style. I want to keep the flavors on it kind of neutral because I am going to make a keto-friendly fettuccine Alfredo with this. So I don't want to overpower it with some barbecue flavors or whatever, as you know, like I normally do if I wasn't making it in fettuccine Alfredo. So we are going to do a Texas style rub, and if you're not familiar with how I do my Texas style rub, I've got another video of how to do a smoked brisket on the Yoder YS640, and you can check that video out, and I'll put it up there so you guys can check it out and see how exactly I put this rub together. But that's what I got here. So let's go ahead and get this tri-tip put together, guys. Alright y'all, so here's our tri-tip. Again, we got this tri-tip from Matador Prime Steak, and so let's get this thing cut open. Alright, so there we go. That's our beautiful tri-tip. It's got some nice striation through it here, some good marbling, and it's got a good little fat cap here on the side here. Personally, I love having a little bit of fat on my tri-tip, on any of my beef really. But I'm going to take off a little bit of it. I'm not going to take off too much of it though, but I'm going to just thin it out a little bit. And so that's looking pretty good there actually. Alright, so I've got this tri-tip trimmed up the way that I want to trim it up. I didn't take too much off of it. And so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and put my rub on here. And what I kind of want to pay attention to, you can see the grain is kind of running this way on this tri-tip. Let me hold it up here, hopefully you guys can see this, but you can kind of see how the grain is kind of running this way right here, and then over here it kind of fans down and runs long ways, and that's going to be important because when we get ready to cut this thing. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to cut it right about here, and I'll just make slices this way on this part, and then make slices this way on this other part. So I'm just kind of paying attention to that when I get ready to put it together, because it's going to be hard to see that later. But we're going to go ahead and get our rub put on. And remember guys, to press your rub in, you don't ever want to rub it in literally, you just want to press it in. If you press it in, it'll help you keep an even coating and rubbing all over the thing of whatever you're seasoning. And you know, if you kind of rub it in, you end up with a little inconsistency in your rubbing application. And we want to make sure we get the edges. And we'll flip this thing over and get the fat cap side. And so just like that, man, we got this tri-tip all seasoned up, got it rubbed with our salt and pepper, our Central Texas rub, and it's about ready to go on the grill, guys. Alright, so it's that simple. We got our tri-tip trimmed up a little bit. It was pretty clean when we got it out of the package, and we applied our rub to it. So at this point we're going to check the grill and see if we're ready to go. We'll get our hickory wood going, we'll get this whole thing put together, and man, we'll get this thing smoking. Alright, so again, reverse seared tri-tip on the Weber kettle. It's keto friendly fettuccine Alfredo. It's going down for this collaboration. Bring you back in a minute. Alright guys, so we got our charcoal lit well enough that I can go ahead and put my wood on, and again I'm using hickory wood chunks today, so that's what I'm putting on. And then we'll get our rack put on. And now we're going to add our tri-tip to the grill, guys. And we'll put the lid on. Alright gang, so we got our tri-tip on the Weber kettle right now. We're smoking in a little hickory. And you know, if you follow my channel, you guys know how I do my reverse sear, but we'll go ahead and recap it right quick. We got this tri-tip on. We're going to smoke it up to about 110 or so, 115 maybe, and at which point we'll go ahead and pull it off, and we'll kick up the heat in that slow and sear so that we can get a good hot grill there. And man, we'll sear the rest of this temperature away on this tri-tip. We'll probably get it up to about 130. I might go as high as 135 today. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but we'll finish it off with that high heat like that. Pull it off, let it rest, and then we'll be ready to slice it, you know, and get this fettuccine Alfredo going. So hey, kick back, relax. Hopefully you got a cold beverage. I know I got mine in hand. I'll bring you guys back in a little while. We'll finish this thing up. All right. Guys, I gotta mention, so this is part of a collaboration. There's going to be a bunch of YouTube content creators that are participating in this, what we call hashtag tri-tip goodness. So make sure that you go check out all the different videos that are associated with this collaboration. If you look down below in the comments section or in the description box, I'm going to link all the channels that I know of that are in this collaboration, and hopefully after you finish watching the Dawgfatha's video, you'll go check out all of these guys and you know, subscribe to some of them if you haven't subscribed to them already. So again, it's hashtag tri-tip goodness, It's all a good cook. We're making good food. We're enjoying it, having a great time. And we thank you guys for participating by watching our videos. All right? Talk to you later. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get together our really simple Alfredo sauce. Minimal ingredients. We just got some butter, some heavy cream, some garlic, and some Parmesan cheese. And first in the pool is going to be our butter. And we're actually going to use an entire stick or a quarter cup of butter. Alright, so as you can see, we got our butter all melted down here in our little pot. And what I'm going to add to it is I'm going to add some garlic. And I'm going to add my heavy cream. And we're just going to kind of combine all of this together. Okay, so now we got our heavy cream, our garlic, and we've got our butter all mixed together, and you can kind of see the bubbles bubbles coming up around the edge of the pot here. So this is coming together pretty good. I'm going to let it come up to a little bit of a bubble here, and we're going to keep it moving around. We don't want the heavy cream to burn. And I'm actually going to turn it down a little bit now. And we're going to start adding in some Parmesan cheese, guys. And now we're just going to let this just keep coming together and let that cheese melt and incorporate into the sauce. This is a very simple Alfredo sauce. You could add parsley into this. You could put egg yolk in it to make it more rich if you like. I'm just going to keep it very simple here and just stick with the Parmesan cheese and the butter and the heavy cream, a little bit of garlic in it. And pretty much, guys, our Alfredo sauce is about ready. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Man, did the Dawgfatha really say he was making a keto-friendly Alfredo? You already saw how I made the sauce. The sauce is all keto-friendly. So, no, we're not going to use regular pasta. We're using this stuff. So it's actually shirataki pasta. So absolutely keto-friendly. You know, we order this stuff off of Amazon, and they deliver it to the front door, which you gotta love Amazon for that. But I'll tell you something. Whenever you try these noodles, man, miracle noodles, I gotta tell you that the way you actually make these noodles is you really need to put them in a colander or whatever in your sink and really rinse them very thoroughly. Because I gotta tell you, when you first open the package, man, these things are kind of off-putting. It almost smells fishy. So you rinse it. After you think you've rinsed it enough, rinse it again, and then we'll go ahead and pat them dry with paper towels, guys. Get them as dry as you possibly can. And then what we typically do is we'll put it in our pan that we're gonna, cook our dish in, and we'll kind of fry away these noodles just a little bit, and then we'll get the sauce on it. So, I've tried doing this with the way the package says to do it, and it just doesn't seem to work out. So for us, that's the best way that we've gotten these shirataki pasta noodles to work out to where they taste good to us. So again, rinse them thoroughly. You want to dry them off, and then you want to go ahead and pan fry them a little bit, heat them up, and then finish them off the way you like. So again, miracle noodles, guys. Shirataki pasta, absolutely keto friendly, and it works. All right, let's get back to what we're doing.